Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Altius Images Drone Positive podcast. I'm Todd Dudley and I'm the founder and director of Altius Images. As a drone pilot, the negative press that drones receive annoys me no end. This podcast is trying to change the negative public perception of our multi-roted friends one positive story at a time. There are plenty of stories out there that show just how amazing drones can be, and I'll be bringing you one of those stories each week. So let's fly into some positivity and see just how amazing drones are. Today, we have a recent story coming out of China which involves drones being used to help contain the spread of coronavirus. Unless you've been living under a rock, I'm sure you've heard all about the virus, but here's a bit of detail just in case. Since emerging in the Chinese city of Wuhan's in December 2019, the new COVID-19 or COVID-19 coronavirus has spread around the world. As of February 12th, the death toll in mainland China exceeded 1,113, with 44,563 confirmed cases. Clearly, with the disease spreading so far and so quickly, public questions and concerns grew. People wondered how far the virus had spread and how they could protect themselves from it. To help address those fears and resolve the crisis, public safety officials in China explored how to use new technologies, and DJI have stepped up to challenge that with drones. Working together with agricultural technology think tanks, DJI has been working to fight the disease. On February 4th, they pledged almost $1.5 million in aid to help contain the outbreak. And more relevant for this podcast, they've also adopted the AgGrass series of agricultural spraying drones to spray disinfectant in potentially affected areas. Drones can dramatically improve how China attempts to kill the virus in public areas. They can cover far more ground than traditional methods, while reducing the risk to workers who would otherwise spend more time potentially exposed to both the virus and the disinfectant. After rounds of research and testing, teams developed best practices for spraying the chlorine or ethyl alcohol-based disinfectant from the air. The concentration of the solution, as well as flight guidelines, can be modified to different circumstances, such as whether an area is known to be infected or not. DJI has sprayed disinfectant in over 3 million square metres in Shenzhen. The company is also helping 1,000 counties in China to adopt the spray method. Target areas include factories, residential areas, hospitals and waste treatment plants. In total, this covers 600 million square metres across the country so far. With this solution, spraying efficiency can be 50 times faster than traditional methods. So in a crisis where time plays such a critical role, this is great news. Romeo Derscher, who is the Senior Director of Public Safety Integration at DJI, said this: "Assisting on the containment of a disease while ensuring safety to personnel was very difficult to do in the past. Users inspired us to take action and it was worth the effort. It embodies the DJI spirit where anyone with the access to these new tools can help improve their environment and help society." But the use of drones to help the outbreak doesn't stop there. Drones have also been used in other ways, with loudspeakers being mounted onto drones to help disperse the public gathering to crowded places. Drones flew banners advising people how to learn more about precautions, and thermal cameras on drones were also used to monitor body temperature so that medical staff can identify new potential cases. If you've listened to the podcast before, then you'll know that drone delivery is a popular topic and something that's spoken about a lot, and it's no different here. The outbreak has kept millions of families in their homes to avoid contact with others. A huge help to these households can come in the form of contactless delivery. Organisations can send food supplies and medicine to anyone in need. At the same time, avoiding face-to-face contact will cut the risk of infection and ultimately limit the spread of the disease. Unfortunately, however, cases of infected people are continuing to rise in and outside of China. However, a recent report shows that the tide appears to be turning and that rate of infection is slowing down. Researchers are learning more about the virus every day, with vaccines being developed in laboratories around the world, and the public is doing its share by taking every precaution available. While the virus remains a threat, there are countless people with innovative ideas developing 21st century solutions to save lives. DJI said that they are proud to empower these individuals in any way that they can, and that they will continue pushing forward with the #DronesForGood project to protect emergency responders as well as the public at large. They hope the lessons learned from this crisis will help us use drones, sensors and other cutting-edge solutions even better during future medical, humanitarian, disaster response and relief missions. So some really good stuff from DJI using drones to help the outbreak of the coronavirus. A very practical real-world solution which will hopefully pave the way for drones being used more and more in circumstances like this in the future. That about wraps it up for this week. An amazing story about drones being used right now to help with the outbreak of a deadly virus. Great that the technology is being embraced for such real-world problems. There will be more positive stories like this to come over the next few weeks, so subscribe to make sure you don't miss them. If you've not caught up with our new Droning On series, go back in our feed and have a look for those episodes. We've had 2 great guests so far in Mark Boyd, who's the CEO of Drone Safe Register, and Harry Howe, who's the founder of DroneStream, so be sure to go back and catch up. Please get in touch with us on social media. We are at Altius Images on Twitter and Instagram, and you can also find us easily enough on Facebook, LinkedIn and YouTube. All of the links for our channels are below. We'd love to hear from you, so please do reach out. Thank you for listening, guys. Please subscribe to and share the podcast so that we can spread our positivity far and wide. We will see you next week for episode 9 of the Altius Images Drone Positive podcast. But for now, fly safe, folks. Bye-bye.